Hello everyone, my name is Sagar and I hope you are doing well. In this video, we are going to see how we can connect AI agent to tools using MCP. Okay, so the first thing is that I'm going to, create my project first. So let me go ahead and create. Here I will click on this new Foundry option and it will ask for me project. So I can create a new project. I'm going to give some name to my project. And further, I will make sure I'm choosing the correct subscription, resource group, my founder resource name, and my reason. Okay, so it will validate and it is all good, and I can go ahead and it will create. I can click on next here and it will give me my endpoint and all this detail. I will say create my agent. Okay. Alright. Okay, here it is saying that you don't have authority to create, so I will switch my project. Alright guys, so what I'm going to do, I'll click on this build here. So here we have the model option and I will say deploy a base model. Here we have a lot of models. If you will click on all models, you'll get an enormous amount of list. But I will say which is available to my project because this is a demo lab. So I'm going to leverage GPT 4.1 version here. GPT 4.1. Okay, sorry, I forgot to put dash here. GPT dash, yeah, this one. Okay, and let me select this model. I will say, and here I can deploy this. So I can deploy this with my default setting. And this will take some time. Okay. Now, by the time it is loading, let me show you the code that we are going to use. So basically what we are going to do, let me open a notepad and explain you in brief. Okay. So let me, so here the first thing what we'll do. So we have an out of the box Microsoft MCP server, right? So we are going to leverage that, and our AI agent will use that MCP tool, and then it will fetch details for us. Okay. So let me show you code, then you will be able to understand. So I already have that code available inside my GitHub repository. So here you can go to this github.com sagar365ai coding, and we are going to leverage this piece of code. Okay, so let me tell you in brief terms what this code is doing. Okay, if we try to maximize it. Okay, here if you see, this is nothing the import for our this environment. And the second thing is we are adding some references for authentication for our in order to connect with our Foundry and with our MCP tool, and the approval or MCP response and all this. Okay, then here this will help us to connect to exact our project and model in our AI Foundry. Then here this is again to get the agent details, and we'll also sign in. And here if you see, this is our Microsoft documentation MCP. So okay, this one is not directly, we need to use the streamable HTTP in order to leverage this one, but this is MCP from Microsoft, which fetches the information from Microsoft.com documentations. Then here we are creating the agent. The agent name would be my agent, and here we are going to select the model. Okay, the model will get from here, and this here will feed the model deployment information inside our that file. Okay, Then here we are giving a task that you are a helpful agent that uses MCP tool to assist user. Use the available MCP tools to answer the questions and perform tasks. Here we are specifically telling our MCP tool. Okay. So once this is done, then we'll print this message that the agent is created. This is our agent ID, name, and version. Okay. Then we'll start our conversation thread here. Okay. And now here we'll send the first request. Okay, so here what, see, we are hard coding the input here. For example, we are saying that give me the Azure CLI command to create an Azure container app with a managed identity. Okay, now you can also give some other command as well. For now we are hard coding it. Okay, then it is going to call our MCP server, and here we are bypassing the authentication because when you use MCP it will ask for some kind of credentials, so we are going to auto approve it, and then it will print this final output and all this. Then it is going to provide us the response. Okay, and at the end we are deleting the agent that we have created. Okay, so what I can do, so let me perform this exercise. So I will need to navigate to my portal.azure.com here. I can go here, I will sign in. Okay, and here I will use PowerShell because that is more convenient. I can go to PowerShell, connect, storage account, subscription. I will apply this, and here what I can do, I can maximize it. Okay, and let me go to my classic version. Okay, and here the first thing is that I'm going to clone my repository that I'm usually doing in my all videos. So the first step here would be it is authentication in progress here. Okay, yeah. Now I can type this command, okay, which will clone the repository for me. I think it has forget here HTTP, so if I go here, let me type the complete command git clone https. Alright, let me press enter. So it is going to do cloning for me, and here if you will refresh this, okay, you will see this will get cloned. Okay, now further I want to navigate to this particular location. So here if you go here, you go to your left files. Okay, let's say Python here. Alright, so I'm inside this. Okay, so we have this 03C, this one. Okay, use agent tools with MCP server. Okay, so I'm exactly here. Okay, and if you see currently this one is wrong. Let me clear this screen. Let me come down here. Yeah, here we go. Okay, yeah, so then what I can do, I can simply type this command in order to like I can create this lab environment here. I will activate this, and I'm going to install all the libraries that are required. Okay, now once this is done, then the next task here would be to give this project endpoint name and my deployment name. Okay, so for that, okay, let me again press enter in order to install OpenAI. So this is also installed. Now the next step would be, yeah, here we go. Okay, so here if you see the GPT 4.1 is already available. If I go here, this is the exact same thing. Okay, but whereas if I'll go to my model here, come back. So here is the URL. Okay, I can copy this and I can enter my project endpoint URL here. So I'll make sure I will remove this. Okay, and let me remove this extra s. Alright, I can save this. Okay, so once this is done, then I think I'm good here. So if you see my code here is incomplete, so what I can do, I can go to this repo, simply say copy raw file, and I can copy paste it, control V. Alright, so this is pasted now. I can save this. Okay, once I will save this, then I can run this command. Okay, so let me say Python client. Oh, sorry, not here. Remove this, remove this, remove this. So now I will run my code. I will say Python client.py and I can press enter here. Okay, I haven't yet done authentication here, but let's see if it will give me that error or not. And for now, we have hard coded the inputs as you have seen here in this. See this one, but we'll see how it behaves. Okay, alright. So as expected, I'm getting some authentication error here. So what I can do, I can log in. I can say AZ login, and here I will need to open this URL, enter this code simply, copy this, sign into your Azure account, and I'm going to paste it. Okay, so I will complete my sign in here quickly. I will say yes, continue. Okay, so this authentication is completed now. I'll need to select my subscription, that is one here. Alright, now I will enter the same I will run the same code again, this client py code. Okay, so this time I should get all the outputs and everything. Okay, so here if you see the agent created, conversation ID is this one, and here if you see the type, approval request, approve is true. Okay, as we have seen in our code. And alright, so here if you see, it has provided me the exact information here, right? So created this agent response. Okay, it provided me all the information. Okay, and here this looks all good. It provided me all the references and everything. Okay, so similarly what I can do, okay, so you might be wondering that how you can confirm that this information is being fetched from this MCP. So this is the reason. Okay, if you see here MCP approval response, okay, let's come here. So if you see here, okay, it have exactly used this one. Okay, here we have the type as MCP approval response. Okay, so that's why we can confirm that this information has been fetched from MCP. Okay, so instead of this, let me say that some other question. Can I connect MCP with Azure Foundry? Let me save this, and I'm again going to run my code. And see, this will take some time because if you are using MCP at the moment, so you might be understanding that MCP is really slow at the moment. So here if you see, it also provided me information from this MCP. If you see in the instruction, we have specifically mentioned that you need to use MCP tool here. Okay, so here if you see, it provided me all the information that yes, you can connect MCP with Azure Foundry, the integration blah 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 here, how to connect, supported authentication object, typical setup, etc. etc. Okay, so when this code is running, let me again rewrite it here. Your agents and everything will be created. Okay, but in our videos specifically, we are also deleting it at the same time, so that's why you are not able to see it, but they gets created while the schooling process, and this process will be slower at the moment. Okay, and here we have something interesting here. Okay, all right, so Let me reiterate what we saw in this video. We have seen how our agent can communicate with our MCP tools using Python code. Thank you for watching this video.